So this is Cara Fontano, and I'm back again with our wage theft series, and we're going to talk today about the outside sales exemption under the Fair Labor Standards Act. Now, we talked a little bit before about some of the other exemptions. We talked about the professional exemption and the administrative exemption. But today we're going to talk about the outside sales exemption. That one is an important exemption to talk about because it can be a little bit different and dicey to figure out who is the right person to be called a salesperson. There are a lot of people who work in sales, but not all people who work in sales will be entitled to the exemption. Again, it's important to remember that your job title doesn't determine what you should be paid. It is what you actually do. So don't look to what your employer calls you. You got to look at what you're actually doing. So when we talk about the outside sales exemption, we are actually talking about people who work in sales, not the people who support the people who work in sales, but the people who are paid on a commission basis to sell products, right? So, or services, whatever they sell. Now, when a person is qualified for the outside sales exemption, they have to have as their primary duty making sales or obtaining orders or contracts for services or for the use of facilities for which money will be paid by the client to the company, and they have to be working away from the employer's place of business. So this is the distinction between outside and inside sales. So you might have people who are appointment setters. You might have people who take orders over the phone, but they're not going out and calling on customers to make sales. Inside sales people are non-exempt. These are people who do something that's related to sales, but they are not exempt. They must be paid overtime. So if you're a person who sits behind a desk, does not leave the company's place of business, but you take orders, you might even be required to upsell a person or suggest other products. That is not the difference. Your primary duty has to be to leave the employer's place of work, go out and bring business back. If that is not your duty, you are a non-exempt and you'll be entitled to overtime. If you have questions about whether the particular job that you do will require you to be paid overtime, you should definitely call our office at 205-564-9005. And you can always reach us on the web at carafontano.com.